This is Jay on LA, and today I want to speak about the great new SoFi Stadium with the Rams and the Chargers playing in Inglewood. Last night I was at the Ram game, and what I saw was absolutely amazing. The most beautiful stadium I've ever seen, and probably the most mismanaged stadium I've ever seen. It concerns me, and that's why I'm writing today. Being in that stadium, watching the fights that went on in the end zone, people bloodied, no security, no sheriffs, no Inglewood police, a fight that went on for more than 5 minutes with crowds pummeling on top of people, throwing things from the stands at people, was just appalling. And that was the second incident. The first incident was somebody throwing something from the upper level down to the lower level, hitting somebody in the leg. No security came over. Security on the ground kept pointing up to the second level at people who they know did it. People in the stands were pointing to the people who did it. And guess what happened? Absolutely nothing. Security was a joke, an absolute joke. So now let's take it a step further. When I got to the game, I had a great trip on the train and took public transportation, and it was perfect. Got to the stadium, absolutely no directional signs, completely void of directional signs. So I asked people on my way through, showing them my electronic ticket, how do I get there? And they kept pointing me here and pointing me there, and everybody I spoke to pointed me in a different direction. Where did I end up? On an elevator that was manned by a person who said, oh, you need to go to the first level. Down we went to the first level, and lo and behold, to my surprise, I was at the locker rooms, and the uniform room, and the uniform laundry room, and as I continued to walk, I was at the tunnel that the teams ran out onto the field. Well, I kept walking, looking for a way to escape, and I finally got a hold of one of the workers who asked me, how did you get here? And I said, well, the staff sent me in this direction, and the lady in the elevator brought me down here. Zero security. God knows what I could have had with me, because when I went through security outside, everybody's buzzer went off on the electronic metal detectors. Everybody's went off, and they look and they go, oh, you're okay, go ahead, go enjoy the game, go enjoy the game. I heard that 1,000 times going through, go enjoy the game. So, walking around the stadium, 2 areas I saw 2 sets of sheriffs. After that, there was nothing. Now, keeping in mind that at the Coliseum, where fights happen on a regular basis, LAPD did a spectacular job, absolutely spectacular job. And I got to tell you, based on what I saw last night, best thing to happen to the Coliseum is they got rid of the Rams and let Kroenke have to figure it out. Now, as a season seat holder, it concerns me greatly that this would be happening. So all I can say is this: they need to fix it. Now, no directional signs in the stadium itself. Walking around, almost impossible to find where you need to go. And asking people, they couldn't even tell you. And then trying to get into the club, forget it. They don't know if you belong in the club, not in the club. People were coming and jacking seats in the area where we're paying top dollar, and they're just coming down and sitting in the seats and enjoying the game. So I have to say, it was very disappointing. The stadium itself is probably one of the most beautiful stadiums I've ever seen. But it's by far the most mismanaged, and I would say the most unsafe, especially if they let me down in the employee area where the football players are without even knowing why or why not I belong there. So, Mr. Kroenke, you have a lot to fix. And as far as your food choices go and your food courts, not good. A lot of complaining. People just could not get near. The lines were horrible. And the choices in the club area were minimal, and people were just very upset. So, Mr. Kroenke, if you are actually watching this, if there's any chance that you would watch City Watch and take a look at this, give me a call or hit me up with an email, or get your staff to call me or your security people to call me, or at least watch what I have to say and go figure out what's wrong. And by the way, go to Twitter and put fight at SoFi Stadium, and you see some really graphic fights that happened at the first day of the Rams. This is Jay on LA.